Hi, hello, it's Nikki, and welcome to my messy bookshelves. So today I thought I would share the most recent books that I have acquired. So a bit of a book haul, if you will. So normally about once a month, me and my daughter will hit up Barnes & Noble after church because it's right up the street, and we'll hit up the cafe and we'll browse and we'll buy some things. So between that and shopping online, I acquired a few new books this month. So, question, I would like to know where all of you purchase your used books from online. I don't really have any I don't really have any used bookstores near me, so used books I usually have to buy online, and I will usually buy them at Book Depository, or those are like damaged books, but Book Depository and Book Outlet are normally where I get my books online, and Amazon, of course. So I'm just wondering where everybody buys their used books if you don't have a used bookstore like me. But let's get into what I have purchased this month. So the first book that I bought was The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. And this one, I saw somebody talking about this in another video where they were going over their favorite Gothic novels. And I love Gothic fiction. This has been on my radar for years and years because it is said to be the first Gothic novel. I got it 2 days ago in the mail and I finished it in one sitting. So I will talk more about that during my April wrap-up. The next book that I purchased was Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. And this one I have been wanting to read simply because I enjoyed the first book. That is actually, I guess, the second book because this is the prequel. But this follows an orc who, well, in the other book, she opens a coffee shop, but this is kind of detailing her retiring from a life of adventuring. So she's, if you are at all familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, she was part of a party, and this is where she learns her love of coffee. The next one that I purchased was one that I own in multiple forms already, but I got a new copy of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I have mismatched copies of the books on my shelves, and frankly, this is one of those series that I love to collect anyway, but I was looking for a nice, pleasant to read copy because this is one that I typically reread at least once every couple of years. So Lord of the Rings, everybody knows Lord of the Rings. The next two are also books that I have read, and they are both Agatha Christie. So the first one is They Do It With Mirrors, and this one is one that I read many years ago. It's a Miss Marple mystery. I don't actually remember, this is not one that I have reread. I vaguely remember a hospital and Miss Marple, and so it'll kind of be like reading it for the first time. But I am trying to collect all of Agatha Christie's books. The next one that I got was The ABC Murders, which is a lot of people's favorite. It is not my favorite, but it's good. And it's a Hercule Poirot mystery, and it is one that involves a serial killer. So collecting these, and these are two that I did not have. The next book that I purchased was Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. And the only thing that I know about this book is that it is a dystopian, post-apocalyptic story about a group of people, I think, who live in a tent city of sorts. And I purchased this one because it's been also on my radar for a little while, but after watching Fallout this week with my husband, I wanted something post-apocalyptic, but something that was a little less bloody and gory. So I thought, I'm gonna go out and get that book. The next book that I purchased was Endurance by Alfred Lansing, and this follows the ill-fated voyage of the Endurance, which was the ship that Ernest Shackleton and his crew took to Antarctica to explore, and they were stranded. And it is probably going to be a great adventure to read this, and I am wanting to read more nonfiction, and what better than an adventure story, and one that takes place in Antarctica, because you don't really hear too much about Antarctica in literature. I've never heard of Antarctica in literature. But also, funny story, I actually met one of his young relatives who is currently living today, and it was very interesting to hear him talk about his relative, the famous Ernest Shackleton. The last book that I purchased, I don't even know what this book is about, but the cover caught my eye when I was sitting there waiting for my daughter to pick out her books, and that is Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lin. All I know is that it's middle grade, and yeah, that's all I know about it. I read the blurb, and I thought, oh, I would like to read some more middle grade in the coming months, so purchase that as well. But yeah, that is all that I purchased, and I am happy and I am satisfied. But thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.